And here we go. All right, people. Let's talk about the four DCU films leading up to Justice League, guys. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna rank all four. That's right, all four of the DCU films that have come out so far. I'm excited to see Justice League. I'm just gonna go briefly in depth with each film. Yeah, and I just thought this was a great idea leading up to Justice League because even though I have low expectations, I'm keeping them low on purpose instead of being too hyped because I went in like that with BVS and that turned out to be disappointed. So yeah, that's just my personal mindset. If you're super stoked about this film, awesome for you guys. But I'm just gonna tread lightly. But anyway, let's get right into it, guys. All right, starting with number four, the weakest of the entire DCEU is Suicide Squad, and I must say the hate really surprised me how strong it was with this. I mean, people ripped this movie to shreds. I mean, it was alright. Like when I first watched it, I didn't fucking hate it. Like, oh, this is the worst movie ever because I've seen way worse films, believe it or not. Green Lantern, for Fantastic or for Four Stick, whatever the fuck that movie's called. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the worst piece of crap I've ever seen in my life. However, everything about it though was a colossal missed opportunity and waste of time. Just the music choices were just shoehorned in there. It was just like somebody came up with a playlist like on their phone and was just like, all right, let's look up all the popular songs that have originated in films for the past 2 decades or something like that. And they're like, okay, I want you to use my playlist. Here you go, and just get an AUX cable and plug it into the movie or something. It's like somebody borrowed somebody's iPod and played their like top 10 favorite hits of all time. It's oh my god, it was like that. It was just messy. The editing was all over the place. Probably the worst editing I've seen. And the characters were unmemorable. By the way, I'm gonna get into spoilers, so if you haven't seen none of four of these movies, make sure you go watch them. You should see them by now. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, especially Sutton. I'm good at climbing things. Zip, pop, and he's dead. You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell? What a total waste of a character. I mean, I'm not a big Slipknot fan. The character in the in the film, not the band. But I'm saying like, even still, just flesh him out, like, But they didn't do anything. Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang, just the most ridiculous character, and just the overall idea of having the Suicide Squad take on Enchantress, which is oh my god, the worst mistake ever. What were they thinking? Why Enchantress? Why not Jared Leto's the Joker? Even though I did not like Jared Leto's the Joker at all, I thought his portrayal was just wrong. It was campy. It was overbearing. Not as cringy as Lex Luthor. I'd rather take Jared, Jared Leto's Joker over fucking Jesse Eisenberg. Anyway, but still, it was very disappointing because there was so much hype evolved around to see his portrayal since Heath Ledger's, and I don't think nothing will top Heath Ledger's for a long time. Heath Ledger is the Joker in my opinion. Then second would probably be either Mark Hamill or Jack Nicholson. Sorry, not Jack Nicholson in my opinion. But yeah, it was just a letdown. I can understand why Jared Leto was so pissed with Warner Brothers, how basically they just gave him the short end of the stick and edited a lot of his scenes because from what I hear, he acted a lot of scenes out and barely like any of them made it to the cutting room floor. I mean, to the final production of the film. It's just sad. It really is, and I don't blame him for being better at all. So yeah, just that and these unforgettable characters like Killer Croc. What the hell? Just they made him into this swaggeristic. I don't even know if that's a word, but into this fucking public enemy like gangster wannabe like yo what's up? I'm fucking Killer Croc yo you check out my Air Forces yo you look at my gold chain like what the fuck was that? It was just horrendous. And like I said, Enchantress was weak as a villain. too overpowered, too OP. Why would you send the Suicide Squad to stop like this ancient being, this ancient sorceress or goddess, where the hell she is? Why? That's a villain for the Justice League. Why not? We should have saved her for Justice League. I think they would have saved her for Justice League and kind of mixed in Steppenwolf. It would have been a formidable force. Can you imagine that? Oh my god, that would have been epic. But anyway, I think it was a missed opportunity. They should have had Jared Leto's Joker be the prime antagonist in Suicide Squad. Then it would have been more believable, more fathomable. I can't even say that fucking word. Anyway, um, and Harley Quinn, like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I know some people were annoyed by her character. Actually, like her character, it's just some of the dialogue was cringe. Like, "Ah, is that the smell of death I smell? Oh my god." You know what I mean? Or the introduction of Katana. This is Katana. Uh, she's. I can't. I'm not editing this. That's so funny. She's got my back. If any of you even looks at me the wrong way, she'll slice you like an apple. I'm so fucking terrible. Why would they write that? Oh my goodness. Whew. That just it just makes me laugh. The dialogue is so bad. What the fuck? Was it Waller? Whatever her name is, Viola Davis. You get an actress like Viola Davis, and she just like, well, she just goes ham. She's like, okay, time to kill people. Like, what? There was no build to her character. Why did she just mow down all these extras, these no name personnel, like to make her look more villainy? Like, ooh, Amanda Waller is so bad. We have to have her, kill people and make no sense of it. Like nothing. It's just like again nothing from it. It's so stupid. Oh god, it was colossal mess. Will Smith was good as Deadshot. I did enjoy him as Deadshot, but it wasn't enough. Wasn't enough to say this film. The cameo with Ben Affleck was pretty cool, but they could have done way better with that cameo. The cameo with Flash was fucking pointless. Why would the Flash of all people, the fastest man alive, be tasked to prison Boomerang of all people? Captain Boom? What the fuck? Why? Oh god, it's just yeah. So yeah, like, but when I first watched it in the first viewing, I do admit I, was entertained for the most part. Even though there was a lot of eye rolling things, a lot of flaws and plot holes and shit that I was noticing, fairly, I enjoyed it. I was never bored, and it's not the worst comic book film out there. So I'm just putting it out there, just my opinion. But anyway, let's move on. That's Suicide Squad at number 4. Number 3, BVS. Batman vs Superman. Ooh, it's a fucking masterpiece. Ah! Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys, but yeah. All right, BVS. You got that out of your system. You drank all the bleach you needed. All right, just hear me out. All right, so to this day, I understand people's defense of Batman vs Superman. I understand people like Zack Snyder's take. I understand people like the visuals, which were great. The visuals are outstanding. They like the comic book elements, the callbacks to certain comic book storylines that they finally got to see in live action, which was cool and worked for the most part, but we'll get to that. And of course, Ben Affleck's portrayal as Batman was great. Was great. If you think Ben Affleck's portrayal of Batman is great just by this one movie alone, that's totally understandable because he kicked ass in that fucking warehouse scene. But the problem with this film is the pacing, just a long, drawn out, it just overstays its welcome and tries to juggle and tackle so many different storylines. Like, oh my god, yeah, they, they try to tackle elements of the Dark Knight Returns in here, well, the Frank Miller graphic novel, which is great. You should watch the animation of that. That was, oh my god, it's like a 2-part series. I love that. But in this film, they didn't really capitalize on that. in my opinion. And then, of course, the one comic book story that they just shoehorned in there was the death of Superman by Doomsday. I fucking hated it. How could you like? I'm just gonna ask you a question. Like, did any one of you like DC fans? Did anyone shed a tear for Superman or feel anything when he died? It's just like his death was so abrupt, so unnecessary and unearned. You know, we should have gotten Man of Steel 2 before this. And that was originally a plan, but the fucking studio interference, trying to fuck Zack Snyder in the ass, come on, we gotta, get to the Justice League, get to the Justice League, and trying to compete with Marvel, which is true. It's true. Come on, guys, just admit it. It's true. That's why all this shit is shoehorned in there. I mean, Wonder Woman got a fucking email with every like character bio of the Justice League, like Aquaman. You see Jason Momoa just swimming, like snorkeling. Like I don't even know what he was doing. He was just floating there, like ooh, like what the fuck. And then we get Flash. That was okay. And then oh my god, Cyborg was the worst one in my opinion. When he's just screaming like ah, and all the metal goes on. I was like, what the hell? And when Wonder Woman's like, oh my god, I found this convenient file of all the Justice League members, and they have their icons, their symbols. Like who created that for them? Anyway, I just shit like that. I like Wonder Woman showing up. That was cool, but it's just they're tackling Doomsday, they're tackling the Dark Knight Returns. They're trying, the build up to them actually fighting was exhausting because I'm like, finally, finally here. It's like it clocks in what, like 2 hours in before they actually have the fight, from what I remember. But those 2 hours you have to sit through prolonged scenes, just not it's just nothing. Like it's not even advancing the plot. If it is at a snail's pace. Oh god, it was just like, come on, get to it already. And of course, I may be in the minority here, but Batman going full Punisher mode, just straight up murdering everybody. They just might as well have just given him a gun, like, just, hey, I'm Batman. It's like, I wasn't too crazy about it, but fine, I accept it. You know, I'm not gonna lose my cool over it. It's fine, whatever. They want Batman to fucking kill people, so be it. I mean, Michael Keaton did it in Batman. Tim Burton's Batman. He mowed down people in the Batmobile, so why can't Ben Affleck do it? Okay, sure, whatever. It's just the way it happens. It's like this Batman's supposed to be world weary, cynical, like an aged Batman, but I didn't really get that. I didn't really feel that. You know. And it started off strong. I like how they incorporated the events of Man of Steel and from Bruce Wayne's perspective. That was fucking genius. When this movie started, I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go!" Oh my god, this is brilliant. From Bruce Wayne's perspective, he's like, "Who is this godlike messiah just destroying Metropolis, destroying my Wayne Tower? That son of a bitch! I'm gonna get him." You know what I'm saying? So that was interesting. I do like that. But everything from there on is just, oh God, how they found the kryptonite, like how it's just so many things, so many subplots, like that wheelchair guy just blew himself up. Whatever. Everybody fucking hates Superman. I hated how they wrote the script for Henry Cavill. He's supposed to be mopey and depressed, like nobody loves me. Oh, like I I hated that. Why did they make him like that? That is not how Superman's supposed to be portrayed. It's supposed to be like, oh, I am, you know, you're a poster boy for the American flag. I am liberty and justice. Well, not that, like cheesy, but you know what I mean. Like that same charisma and charm was missing from like how Christopher Reeve portrayed it, the original Superman films. And I know Henry Cavill has that ability, but they didn't write his character like that, and I hated it. Oh God, for half the movie he's just depressed, like Lois, I don't know what to do. I don't know, like what the fuck, man. And Lois Lane just, oh God, I don't know why they cast Amy Adams. She just does not fit in the role of both physically and just doesn't fit the character at all of Lois Lane. But the worst casting choice in history goes down to Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Oh, I'm sorry, Lex Luthor's son. This is Lex Luthor's son. Like, okay, fucking Lex. Who cares? Like, who gives a like? Nobody asked for his fucking son to be in here. I'm sure if his son, like, no, God, has anybody seen Smallville? What was the redeeming quality about that show? Lex, right? You know what I mean? Like, though his portrayal was just downright cringe. He had me cringe city. They might as well rename Metropolis Cringe City because that's where he had me throughout the whole fucking movie. Just the whole runtime. Just every time he came on was just so unbearable. Just brought the movie down. It was, oh my god. And it's both. I think it's the writing of the character and both Jesse Eisenberg's performance. God, I've never been too crazy about him. I think most of his performances he comes off with one note. And here he just like he seems to just try to do his best, his best Jim Carrey impersonation. You know, like it's like he watched Batman Forever on reruns like through a whole fucking week and just took notes and he's like, that's how Lex is gonna be. It's gonna be like Jim Carrey, like the Riddler from Batman Forever. You know, he probably watched Ace Ventura. He probably watched them. He probably watched the entirety of Jim Carrey's filmography, and then he just became something way more cartoonish than Jim Carrey. You know what I mean? It's that bad, guys. And you expect me to believe this guy's like a maniacal, intimidating genius? No, he's not. He poses no threat. He's just a fucking pretentious douche of overbearing fucking dweeb that needed to be put in his place like this and could have been. And he does the fucking Superman taking shit from him this whole time. Like, ooh, haha, I got Martha. That scene where he's like, I'm gonna make it rain, Martha on you, woo, woo, woo. Fuck, you know. It's like I know this is turned into a rant, people, but fuck it, we're having fun, right? Hopefully. Anyway, yeah, it's like you're talking to Superman, you're talking to fucking God, the Golden God, Superman. Sorry, Stressman. And it's like, how are you threatened? How are you threatened by this guy? Don't you have X-ray vision? Scan the city. There's Martha. Come here, bitch. Fly him over there. I want to exchange for Martha. And if you don't, I'm gonna snap his neck like fucking Zod. Right? Like, oh my god. I hate it. I despise Jesse Eisenberg. Anybody that defends him, I'm sorry. I don't agree with you, and you're in the wrong. If you tell me, hey, BVS has the best visuals, the best fight sequences, blah, 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 soundtracks, score, ending, whatever climax, it has all this, fine, 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 fine. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, those subcategories. But if you sit there with a straight face and you tell me that Jesse Eisenberg nailed it as Lex Luthor's son, or just Lex Luthor in general, then I don't know. You must have indulged in some bath salt before you said that statement, or some form of drugs or something. I have no idea, but it just no. He did not work for this movie at all. Should have cast my boy Heisenberg. Fucking Breaking Bad, freaking Bryan Cranston, man, would have nailed it. Would have fucking nailed it. Would have been the perfect Lex, seriously. I would have bought into his role 100%. Would have stood out as one of the best DC villains out there. Seriously. But no, it's just horribly miscast. The miscasting was way off. Shit, what else? I've just been ranting about freaking Jesse Boy here. But yeah, guys, just that. And, the death of Superman was rushed. I hate how it was executed. It shouldn't have been in this movie, period. I think it would have had more emotional impact and weight. It was saved for like Justice League. Oh man, that would have been awesome. It would have been earned at that point, We would have been more emotionally invested in these characters at this point. But just the way it was sloppily handled and shoehorned in the end, Oh my god! And then fucking Lois Lane, useless as hell, dropping the spear, and of course the infamous, "Why did you say that name, Martha?" That's his mother's name, you know. Oh my god! Why? Why did they stop fighting? Why? It don't matter. That's like if Batman came across a serial rapist, right? Knowing he's full well as a serial rapist, he's like, "I'm gonna end you. I'm gonna brand you with the with that bat brand he had." And he was like, "Oh, please don't. What would my mom Martha think?" "Wait, your mother's name's Martha?" "Oh, why did you say so, pal? Do you need a lift? I got the Batmobile, the Batwing right here. Where do you stay at? Oh, Metropolis? Oh, yeah, it's just right there. Let's go." You know, like, no. No. Like, you know, I'm not saying I wanted Batman to kill Superman, but if you're gonna get him to stop and side with Superman, it could have been done way better. And I already know, "Oh, how would you have written it?" It's fucking easy. I'll show you how easy it is, people. Lois Lane was there, right? When she rushed in, she's like, "That's his mother's name." They could have cut the whole Martha dialogue out. Just had her rush in before Batman dropped that spear. If she truly loved Clark Kent, and I hope she did, she'd just throw herself on her. She's like, "Please don't. You have them all wrong. If you're gonna kill somebody, you're gonna have to kill me." And then, Henry Cavill like trying to push her away, like, "No, let him be, let him become, like what he hates the most," or so. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have come up with something more clever. And Batman was like, "Oh shit!" And then Alfred had the earpiece. He was listening, and Alfred was like, "Master Wayne, I think you should stop right now. You're being your own worst enemy." You know what I mean? Or some shit like that. And then Batman would be like, "Oh, I guess you're right. I am being some crazy psychotic person in a bat suit." Like he didn't have to say all that, but I'm just saying, like, anyway. But the fight scene was pretty badass when it happened. Like, oh my god, it was like everything I wanted and more. I left wanting more out of that fight scene, but yeah, that was a lot of, like I said, a lot of plot holes, a lot of storytelling issues. The pacing was, oh man, unbearable. And don't give me that whole the ultimate fucking edition, guys. The ultimate edition right here, and I bought the fucking ultimate edition. I bought this cool digibook. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. The ultimate edition, does it improve the movie? Yeah, maybe by like what, like a marginal, just like 3 or 5%. That's it. It's like if you didn't watch the Ultimate Edition, honestly, it's like you're not missing out on anything but extended sequence with Superman stopping missiles and shit. Like it's, but hey, I own the digibook. I'm not saying it's the worst movie because I don't own movies I fucking hate, except for Iron Man 3 and BVS. But I don't hate BVS. just just have my problems with it, like everybody else. Can't just blindly fucking love everybody or everything. Come on. So I'm curious to see how many minutes we're in, guys. Holy crap. Oh my god, 23 minutes. Shit. All right. Let's go. Sorry. Number 2, Man of Steel. I'm going to try to keep this under 30. Okay, so Man of Steel, guys. Let's talk about Man of Steel. Um, Positives right off the bat. Henry Cavill's performance as Superman was a good starting point, was very strong. I love the Krypton sequence when it exploded. Holy crap, the visuals were insane. That's what Zack Snyder does best. Like Russell Crowe as Jor-El. Michael Shannon as Zod was good. He got campy 2 times, but still, Michael Shannon is a great character actor. And yeah, it's like it sucks to have seen him go out like that. With Superman breaking his neck, and I just felt like when that happened, I don't know. I was mixed on that. When he broke Zod's neck, Zod was trying to laser beam this family. He's like, "No, stop!" Ah! He did like a Bruce Lee, like, "Yeah!" So, oh, man. It was so unexpected. I'll give you that, Zack Snyder. I did not see that shit coming. Fucking, fucking Superman turned into Luke Kemp. Wow! Like, what the fuck? But anyway, um, sorry guys. Zod. Michael Shannon's Zod was strong. I do like. Wow, God, what was this? what's homegirl's name? She was like the second in command. Oh man, she was badass. I liked her. What else? Kevin Costner playing Jonathan Kent, I believe. Yeah, was great. It was so sad that that Twister sequence was so powerful and emotional. You know, I understand what they were going for, but I feel like how can you just let your stepfather die like that? Just oh no, like kind of irks me a little bit because it's one of those things. I know he's trying to teach him like you don't have to use your superpowers, you don't have to be everybody's beacon hope and all that stuff. You can be just a normal person, live a normal life. You don't have to use your powers, and that was fascinating. But it was so sad to see him go. Powerful performance by Kevin Costner. And that was another thing. Sorry, going back to BVS when they shoehorned that Jonathan Kent scene where he's like just picking up rocks. He's like, "Hey, I told you." He's like, he's like, "Hey, I told you at BVS should have gotten Heisenberg instead of Heisenberg." You know, what the fuck? Like, it was so shoehorned in. It just felt out of place with the story they were trying to tell for BVS. It just at that point I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit anymore, But anyway, but it worked in Man of Steel. A lot of the stuff worked in Man of Steel. There was just a few minor gripes and flaws, but nothing like major. So I do. The more I watch it, the more I do appreciate Man of Steel, and it is my quintessential Superman movie. I must admit, it is my number one Superman film, and I do like it better than the Christopher Reeves, believe it or not. Um, because I feel like those are out of date. Like this is more modern, and I just oh my god, just if the rumors are true, I can't wait to see Henry Cavill's performance or return in Justice League. Ooh shit! In case you didn't know, that would be the train. Anyway, moving on, guys. Number one. Okay, you saw this coming. Number one is dun, dun, Wonder Woman. And what can you say? Gal Gadot really impressed the hell out of me. Gal Gadotis. Anyway, sorry about that. Just I, I guess like me talking about these films is getting me more amped, more hyped up. Oh shit, for Justice League. So I just need to tone down a little bit because I don't want to go with too high expectations and be disappointed. But anyway, yeah, Wonder Woman. The storytelling was great. It was a nice, clean, steady pace. Never a dull moment. There was no comic book storylines just shoehorned in here the last second. You can tell there was less studio interference with Wonder Woman out of all the DCEU films, honestly. And props to Patty Jenkins for fucking putting her foot down. Like, no, I'm gonna make my fucking Wonder Woman movie, and you bastards, you vultures, ain't gonna come at me. So and that's why it worked. And just great performances. Chris Pine was great. And the only weak element was the villain, how they handled Ares. But other than that, it was just the movie flowed so well. It was great. Gal Gadot showed so much charisma. Just oh my god, I really believe she's Wonder Woman. She is the Wonder Woman. Just an outstanding portrayal. She went through so much emotion, so much growth in her character. From Themyscira, I love the visuals of Themyscira. Just oh god, I love that place. I hope we get to see that more in Justice League, and that's why Wonder Woman just works. It is the best number one DCEU film. It didn't feel convoluted. It didn't feel messy, jarring. You know what I mean? Too overlong, too overblown. Like it just worked well because they treated it with so much respect. So like they were just so patient with Wonder Woman. They just told Diana's story, her kind of like origin story, so well, and just I just liked it. They didn't have to make her film fit into like the DCU, like oh we gotta have Flash, come into Themyscira, like hey guys, there's another world out there, come with me, or yeah some bullshit, or have Aquaman save Steve Trevor. Could you imagine that Jason Momoa just picking up Steve Trevor, like I'm the Aquaman, like what the fuck, you know what I mean, like so yeah, it worked for all the right reasons. And the big thing was there was no knowing characters in this film. None whatsoever. That Charlie guy, is just like maybe the closest of being annoying, but he didn't get to Jesse Eisenberg territory. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's it, guys. Oh shit, 30 minutes in, boom, we're done. That's all my ranked DCEU films. Post your comments, let me know what you thought. My ranking. Are you pissed off? Did you agree? Did you disagree? What do you think? What would you rank? Do you put BVS as number 1 or number 4? Do you really hate Suicide Squad? Do you really love Wonder Woman? Do you think Man of Steel was done great? Do you think it should have been Man of Steel 2? All these questions, just keep them coming, guys. I'm curious to know. We're just gonna get into the comment section. Keep it clean. Keep it civilized. So yeah, and of course, are you hyped for Justice League? Who's the character you're looking forward to the most as a Cyborg? Aquaman, Flash, maybe the return of Superman. Steppenwolf, what do you think of him as a villain? Post all your comments, everything. I want to know everything. And thanks for watching, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you agree or you enjoyed it. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't. I'll catch you in the next one.